right now, personally and collectively. And I'll bring in my light body meditation. We can feel that there's an empowerment here for this group, for each of you that are so earnestly, women are so earnestly looking at how we can serve and how we can make a difference. And women are so needed right now. There's a whole revolution happening in us to step out and stand out. So we'll do a transmission, and then we're going to take it into a few minutes of guided breathwork practice, and I'm going to let Dana describe and explain why breath is so important.
Well, breath helps to release unconscious agreements held in the cells of the body that no longer serve us. It brings what's unconscious to the conscious so that we can let it go. We don't have to keep believing the lies that we told ourselves or that we were told. We don't even know we're carrying it. We're saying yes to one thing and then manifesting the opposite because there's inside of us a no. So the breath opens us to our higher knowing, our higher truth, this ability that we have as women, that we have the power to give birth.
Can we turn it up in here?
Incredible, beautiful things. So the breath releases 70% of the body's toxins, and I could talk about it forever, but the simplicity is, maybe Shauna, you can demonstrate, it's a simple connected inhale and exhale with no pause between the inhale and exhale, and there's no force, nothing to get rid of on the exhale. So we'll just demonstrate it.
It's like a silent ah on the inhale and a silent ha on the exhale. So it looks like this. We're breathing all the way into our hearts. We're lifting ourselves up to our greater spirit, and we're going to invite in a downpouring of love and grace to flow through us.
It only takes a minute. You'll see a single breath can save a relationship, a career, can save you from reacting instead of taking responsibility, responsibly sharing yourself. Okay?
Yeah. So we want to invite you, just put everything aside right now. We know you've been in like coaching and marketing and launching, and this is going to be an opportunity to receive a deep reset around your self-worth, your value, because it's an inside job. The more you know your value, the more other people are going to recognize it, and the easier it'll be for you to move forward in your success. So here we go.
Crying.
That's a beautiful nose flute. Dana, you want to? There you go. Let's take a moment as we hear the sacred Hawaiian nose flute as a calling to our spirit selves to come on home, to our bodies, to our lives. Let's take a deep breath, sisters. Let's call in a sacred and safe space all around us for miracles to happen. Let's place a hand on our hearts and a hand on our bellies. Let's just come home to ourselves right now, our precious hearts. From all of the outward activity to the inward being inside of you that has all the strength, all the capacity to show up, to serve from your feminine heart, to give your love and your gifts, and to truly thrive and prosper in these times. Let's take another deep breath. And let's put our hands open on our laps to receive a downpouring of divine love, of divine light, divine wisdom, pouring down into each of us through the power of Divine Mother, Sacred Father, all that is. We are asking for help, for assistance to launch ourselves out into the world, to share our love and our gifts and our healing, to attract vast resources of abundance so that we can help midwife our communities and our world. Let's send our roots deep down into Mother Earth. We call it the Aina here in Hawaii, the land that holds us. Just send your roots all the way down into the heart of our Earth Mother, to all of her abundance, resources, wealth, resilience. And let's let that rise back up. And you might simultaneously be composting and shedding what doesn't serve you. Lack, thought, scarcity, mistrust. We can trust the power of Mother Earth up through our legs, up through the base of the spine, filling us up with her energy, her abundance. Let's breathe it up through all of our chakras, igniting those spinning wheels of light. We are igniting our power of the feminine. Through your belly, your solar plexus, let's call back our power from outside circumstances and events, from the past, and any fears of the future. Bring your power here now to your heart. Let's breathe into our hearts, to our throats, to our third eye, to our crown. And for a moment, just reach up and let's receive all the energy we need. Let's see abundance pouring down, grace, right time, right place, right support. And hold your vision steady of the world you want to live in, of the work you're going to create, of what you've already been doing. Let's bring our hands in prayer position and set an intention to breathe into for the next 5 minutes. To empower together as women. And let's rest our hands at our sides again, and we're going to begin now to connect our breath. Just as we taught you, in and out through your mouth. All the way up into your heart, chest, and lungs. And let's feel the power growing as we switch the music, dropping fully into your breath now. That's it. Go for that full, embodied yes, breath of life. I want you to connect it, to breathe into it. And here we go. That's it. The power is building in and around us. Use your breath. It's our turn. It's our time.
Feel your breath into your heart, up to your crown. Let yourself breathe. Be breathed.
That's it. Bring all your energy here to your breath. Hear the call from the grandmothers calling us to come into our place now. You might want to make a sound, shake out your body as we breathe.
That's it. Feel the healing power, medicine breath, our most precious resource of all is our own breath.
That's it. Feel the energy rising up from the earth to give us the extra mana, extra support. Wherever you are in the world, it's calling the healing energy of the land.
The Earth Mother beneath us, feel her heartbeat joining with yours. That's it. Choose your breath. Yes to your breath.
Let's feel all the power in this group of women through Aisha and her team, as if we could connect with each other now in a circle of light, taking each other's hands, and we're going to rise together, women.
Rejuvenating breath. Take it in. Breathe into your radiance, your beauty, your glory, your power as a woman.
That's it. Claim your wealth, claim your abundance, claim your right to be supported.
Your gifts. Yes, of it all. So many gifts. The innocence of your gifts.
That's it. Really go for it. We've got about 2 more minutes to breathe, to call our magnetic feminine power to create, to birth.
That's it. Up to your crown, your whole body, streaming ocean breath.
That's it. Let's offer our resistance, our fears, our doubts, any blocks, any old programs of unworthiness. Let's offer it to this powerful fire of awakening that we are in right now.
That's it. That's it. A few more long deep breaths, perhaps placing a hand on your heart.
Let's claim our worth. Let's claim our value.
Through your worthiness.
Claim your power.
Wants you to know. How powerful you are.
Take a few more connected breaths. Let's bring those hands to our belly and our hearts again. Let's think of something we're so grateful for, just to be here now in this circle.
Can we go back to camera?
And what's possible for you to birth in your life. Yes. Let's offer it up.
Give yourself an embrace. Imagine embracing all of your sisters here on the call, and if you're live as well, embracing them.
Just 12 minutes, we can move mountains. And if you kept going, you'd see so much would unravel and release. And then all those ideas that Aisha's planting for you to go forward will take root in you, and you're in good hands with our dear sister here.
Indeed. We love you, Aisha, and your beautiful community. Thank you for having us.
I love you guys both so much. It never fails. I've been through so many of these breathwork moments with you, and I'm always just, thank you so much. This is just what we needed, right, ladies? Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll make sure to get you connected to their amazing gift that they're providing and their breathwork community, and we just love you so much, and I'll see you ladies soon in Sedona.
You're so welcome.
See you in Sedona.
And I just really want to just acknowledge you, Aisha, for being such a rock star from the moment I met you to where you've come in such a short time, and your incredible mastery while raising your son and moving is just phenomenal. And so all of you that are listening, there's no better coach to inspire you than the real deal. A woman who walks her talk and just never gives up.
Such a heart of compassion. Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you, ladies.
Lots of love, everybody.
Just say yes, everyone. Yes.
Bye. Aloha.
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 Woohoo! All right, ladies, I think we all need a little bio break. Wipe our tears, take a minute. Thank you so much for being open to that journey. I hope it moved a lot of energy for you. We'll be back in, we have 10 minutes, so let's come back and reset, and we'll carry on with our day, okay? So much love. So much love.
Needs a spritz.
Wow.
Currency, streams of income, cash flow, liquid assets. Why is money associated with water terms?
Wow.
Well,
Oh, we got some booty going.
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
booty going. It's good.
Oh yeah, where's our tattoos?
Where's our tattoo?
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We can't really do it after that. We'll do it in a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll do it a little bit.
They got root trauma.
Yes.
I love those ladies.
It doesn't belong to me.
Oh, that's what smells good in here. I'm gonna come back.
I mean, they're so powerful. I mean, and do you see that, like, none of this was planned. They're talking about ancestors. Like, none of this was planned.
Or was it? Is it coming through?
It was planned. We just did not have access to the plan just yet.
Plan was always.
No, I'm like, our grandmothers have been plotting this for ages.
And how divine was it that while they were talking, I made 13 grand by selling stock?
All right.
Are you fucking kidding me, Tina?
Receive.
Okay.
All we do
Damn.
is receive. We open and receive.
I had all of my GoDaddy stock from when I worked there. I had it set to sell at $85, and I got an email notification during that.
We made space to receive. That was it. That was
I
it.
didn't know what you were showing me at first. I was like, someone somehow made a whole lot of money.
Janine came in, by the way, Janine came in clutch in the midst of that because I went and checked that I was trying to donate to Lily's GoFundMe and it was connecting to a different one. So I was like, hey Janine, can you just get in there and like fix that? Like, boom, 2 seconds, ready to go.
I'm so glad I timed this song for this. I didn't totally know.
You are so supportive and wonderful.
I love this.
I wouldn't even know those ladies if I didn't, if, you know, it wasn't in this mastermind. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the access that I have to these.
They are tuned in.
And they live on Maui, so it was like
Wow.
so timely. All of it, just. I need some water.
Yes. Everyone drink water. Everyone drink water. That was big.
I still got more I gotta sell. Those are on short term.
And I run it to the ground. I'm open minded to the truths of applying myself. Yes, surrendering.
No, that was really powerful.
I'm prepared.
And Lily's still on. She stayed on and she was breathing. Did you see that? Oh yeah, she's still here.
Energy. There ain't no abundance in gossip. Time expands for me. I want more revelation of this truth in my life. I flow. I channel calm movement. I am rolling to ease.
Popping right now.
I am
Shit.
at ease. I am in the space of ease in the midst of chaos. I marvel at my life.
I'm in a space of ease in the midst of chaos.
Cleaning my space and emails is a
You know what? Let's get Tony Jones to play at one of your events.
Okay, fine.
No, I know. I have contacts.
her?
Yes.
What? You
Yes.
know her?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay.
I know
The
she
answer
would.
is yes to that.
She would love it. I know that this.
Excuse
I
me, I'm
just
gonna
felt
correct that. The answer is fuck
Fuck
yes.
yes. Fuck yes. I feel like San Diego would be cool.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I think like,
I only have to be consistent. My life is
oh my, like, okay, like,
I free myself from
so it's one thing to get chills here,
more than okay to
but like when my entire head goes into like a,
be okay.
something just clicked, FYI.
Productivity in my life. I am not intimidated by how others define
Fuck no.
grateful for these amazing collaborations that Tony knows. I know and feel the wealth and truth in relationship building.
Tony, we calling you in, baby.
To helping God
I'm gonna. I felt that.
produce again.
I'm telling you, as soon as you head, like I said, I get chills here, something, but when it comes in like,
Yeah, I literally was like, oh my gosh, she's been playing Tony this entire time. We're all connected to the internet. And we have communities to bring
and like
together.
the ladies are in the chat, like I listen to this all the time.
Yes,
like,
yes, yes.
Are we behind on schedule? Are we on schedule? How are we with it?
What do I want to use my money for? I
Right,
denounce
because
all
it
manic
was like such a
We're all in
abundance.
Yeah.
to 2:35. So I think we're ahead.
You and I need to.
Oh gosh, really? We called Deshaun and Dane up early. Okay, that's good that they did it. Okay, that's okay. It's okay.
Long story.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, so my
Ugh, my big boobies are hurting me.
so shaky.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, go Tamara. Go girl.
Okay, how cool would it be if we got Sage, Tamara, and Bree up here dancing?
I know, right?
They're all dancing in the same.
Do you know my song? Have you listened to my song?
No.
2023, I get paid to be me.
Oh, I did hear that song. I did.
We need to
add
play it
that
in
to-
here.
Can
We
we
need
add
to
it
play it in
our
here.
playlist?
My song I released this year, my first song I ever released, and it's called 2023, I get paid to be me. Well, it's called I get paid to be me, but it says that.
Is it on Spotify?
I get paid to yes.
I know I'm all.
But it's a really hype song, so like, you know, when it's
Love it. You're like, that's mine.
Let's add it to our playlist.
Yeah.
I found it.
I like feel like I've envisioned like a similar outfit recently, and I'm like, that's it. There it is in the flesh. Oh, they like have the I asked Rachel to make me like 7 pairs. No, Rachel. You know Rachel? I asked Rachel to make me 7 pairs.
She's pretty bomb.
She's a designer. Yeah.
That dress I was wearing not yesterday, but the day before, the baby, she made that for me.
Pants that I was wearing last
Bikini shop, just custom bikinis and couture.
That's her Instagram.
Yeah, she has Rachel Frederick.
First on the outro list at the end.
Sure.
yes, Dave. Oh my gosh, and we like
Yeah, no, I just added you with my whole thing.
To expected outcomes, but because it feels good, I feel value for who I am to myself, not for what I do to be valuable to others. I vow to evolve my dependence to independence, to
Is there
interdependence.
anything going on in the sales chat about any leads or anything that I should know about?
Like, no. Day we want a copy of a contract. I'm like, yeah. I know.
That's handled by our billing department.
She just wants to know, blah, blah, blah. No. I got it. Shut it down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's centered. Is this she?
Patriarchal
1,000 things, and she's like, yeah, it's tall, and I can't do all this stuff.
Not
Like,
from
can you take
towering
all the
over
short people stuff and
and
make it
taking
tall?
what I can get from others.
She has
I vow to unlearn the
never have
belief that oversharing, overextending is required to be loved and valued by others.
Oh, yeah.
Rachel's here.
The relationships I have now love me for unapologetic.
Style.
You have to talk still, but.
That was my favorite. Yeah, mine too when I received mine.
You're just like,
I think I like shed a tear when I saw that in mine. I was like, it's Jen's size.
I release all narcissism. I vow to listen more to the intuition of my
yeah, I
heart.
just got a model for her. It's like, I'm all up on that website and shit. Like, I'm all.
I'm like, I want some custom pieces.
Like, at my head.
She celebrates all bodies. That's what it is.
Take this historical moment in time.
Are you ready for video?
Step into my
Yeah.
leadership without losing my precious love and driven side of myself.
Do you want to come up here, Ilana, for testimonial time?
Yes, yes.
I take a stand for the
I'll be
next
right there.
generation of women to preach tenderness in our hearts and wisdom in our being, knowing this is what will make the difference in sharing the power with men. I vow to lean into the unearthing of all that ain't true in my life. I vow to close my eyes, take deep breaths, often to allow presence cascade down my spine. The revolution starts a relationship. I know as an awakened woman, I live as love.
Will someone type Tony Jones into the chat for joy?
Without shrinking truth, I burst into a full body yes to the callings of my heart. It's okay to be perceived as destroyed. Many don't understand growth and being seen.
Okay, we can
The
fade
highest
music.
expression of my divinity includes my
everybody doing? Feeling good? All right, does anybody want to share how that breath work made them feel? Anybody want to talk about that experience? Anybody?
I know I had a little bit of an out of body experience. I was just like finally landed back in my bed.
Go.
Yes, please.
Amy.
Hi, honey.
Everything. Well, that was amazing. As soon as I started breathing, I started to tear and release. And it never ceases to amaze me how powerful this magical tool of conscious breathing is to help us like clear the decks, and you don't even need to know what the trauma is or where it comes from. It's just like melting off and dissolving, so you can just trust in that. That's what I do. I don't even need to get into the mental about it, but it's such a powerful tool. It's free.
Yeah, exactly.
What the heck, like, you know, and we're taught, you know, in moments of trauma, like we hold our breaths, or we're taught like, don't be seen, you know, like when we were little, you know, all these moments of like holding our breaths. So like, it's like, for me, it's like allowing my whole self to return when I breathe. So yeah, and then I just had my own little dance party on the break too. Mm-hmm. That was fun.
Yeah. Us too.
Yeah, us too. There was some booty shaking back here, some twerking.
Quite a bit of that.
Oh, I love it, right?
Yeah,
it's so true. It's free. We always have this accessible to us, right? It's like we forget. We could just fucking breathe. Oh, thank you for that, babe. Jill, let's hear from you.
All right. So anyone that knows me knows I don't sit still. I wake up at 4 a.m. I go to bed at 11. I never ever stop moving because I feel like I always have to be doing something. And now I'm sitting here getting ready for First Friday tonight. I need to get up to Hulualoa in the next hour. And I stopped. Something in me just said, just put the crap down, Jill, and do this. And holy flippin' flap, man. It felt so good just to breathe and I didn't realize how much I was holding my breath because I didn't know how to exhale. Mm-hmm. But thank you. That was beautiful. I will say thank you.
You're so welcome. Oh, such an amazing experience. I know those women from my mastermind, you know, it's like being able to have access to these kind of women and be able to bring them into this community is just such a dream. It's just, I was really hoping they would say yes, and they were like, of course we would do it, you know, so it was just such an honor to have them here. All right, ladies, I want to bring up some very special people to the stage to share a little bit more, a few more of our Academy sisters. We have Chris Adair in the house. We have Rachel Frederick in the house. We have Dr. Sarah Vogel in the house. Let's get them spotlighted. Yay. Rachel is the one that made me this kimono out of a tablecloth, y'all.
Yeah, give them a twirl here. Like, the full effect of this thing is pretty.
And it's got like this amazing lining. Yeah, this is who I roll with. Oh my God, welcome ladies. Welcome to the stage. We're so happy to have you here. We just want you all to share your experience of being with us for a year, actually 2 years. All of you had been here with us for 2 years, and just what you're doing now. So we'll go ahead and have a seat and we'll open it up. Who wants to go first?
All right, let's start with Chris.
To
Yes.
go first if that's an option. So, hi, I'm Chris. I'm the proprietress of Gardwell Farm. We are a coffee farm in Hulualoa, and we have vacation rentals. And I know Isha is never going to tire of me telling the story about moving to Kona and needing friends and didn't know anybody. And I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years. So of course I looked up a fellow entrepreneur, and she was holding an event, and I showed up, and I was nervous and I was shy and I felt awkward, but the energy was amazing, and I was hooked and pretty much attended everything that I could from then on out. And was just inspired. And then, of course, when COVID hit and she's like, we're moving online, I jumped on it because it was amazing. It was a way to connect. It was a way to feel like I wasn't alone. And I met my fellow ladies here, and they've both just been so inspiring from the minute I met them.
Thank you, Chris. So good to have you here. She's downplaying her very successful businesses
I know,
right
I'm
now.
like, Chris, why don't you tell us a little bit about your business?
Yeah, let's hear more.
So I thought that Rachel would get a kick out of my location, my backdrop. She laughs at me because she's taught me about a little social media. I've done quite a few stories from my laundry room. I think the best way to tell about my success is to talk about this room. I'm sitting in a laundry room, and I'll spare you the boring details, but I love it. It used to be just one washer and one dryer down here at the end, and I now have 3 washers and 3 dryers. Yesterday they just finished a 4th wall so that I could have more shelves because I don't have enough room for all of my inventory for my vacation rentals. It's something that I just sort of happened upon, started to realize that I could do something. Aisha's constantly telling you about how powerful you are, and eventually you end up believing it. And
if you're smart,
I started believing in myself. Because I started believing in myself, I took the 20 years of knowledge I had in business and implemented them. And this year I've doubled my business, and this actually a little bit sweaty room is really what I have to show for it. I don't have enough room. I'm growing out of what we're doing. We've got 4 properties, and I had to tell the contractor to be quiet because we're getting ready to build a 5th. Wow. I got another tiny home coming because I love my tiny homes. So all of the ladies who are local, please reach out. We're gonna have another girls' night. And if there's any way I could convince Sarah to come over from Hilo, I would do it. Rachel, you too. So
I'm there. Sleepovers are my love language.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my gosh, Chris, we're so proud of you. It's just incredible what you do. Yeah. Why don't you share a little bit about how, your husband was kind of the one, right? But then you never really thought you could do all these things.
Yeah, I'm remembering the first share I heard. It was, about how you just really didn't feel like you were able to be the one in charge.
Everything was always my husband. Everything was always, he's really smart. If any of you meet him, he's just almost eidetic memory. He just reads the internet every day. And it was intimidating. And so all of our businesses, we still own an ISP back in Kansas. He created an ISP from scratch, built it, still operates almost 20 years later. And I was his helper, his Girl Friday, I don't want to do that, so Chris can do it. Well, I hate doing the bookkeeping, so let's have Chris do it. And I just picked up. And some of that was because I was mom. We had our oldest right about a couple of years into our first business. And my girls grew up in my business, like quite literally sleeping in an empty office or things like that. And so I wanted to stay home. I wanted to take care of the kids. I wanted to do all that, or at least that's what I thought I wanted. And I just picked up here and there. And I never felt successful. I never felt powerful. I never felt that I had value, that I could add value to our business. I was just the help. I was just the person who would do the stuff that nobody else wanted to do. And he started a second successful business, and again, I just helped. Wasn't my idea. And we moved to Hawaii, and I thought, okay, let me dabble in a little something that might be mine. And because you guys know, especially from watching Aisha or Sarah or Rachel, when they have a little downtime, something new pops up, something fabulous comes out of that. And I had a little downtime, and so we decided to start doing some vacation rentals. We really wanted to explore the idea of taking properties that were maybe a little higher end, and dividing them into Kama-Aina housing in one portion of it and vacation rentals in the other portion. So we're going to stop vilifying vacation rentals and saying, okay, hey, actually what we can do is we can take these properties and we can make them affordable housing, and we can then bring in tax dollars from tourism, and then we can continue to bring the tourists here, and they can have their Airbnb experience with a kitchen and local host that can provide them all of the experience and all of the local information. You know, how many times I get asked where the best luau is. So if anybody has a recommendation, I don't do luau's. So I had this idea, and I had this idea late 2019, and we built a new tiny home, and we finished it March 3rd, 2020. And I had 3 guests, and then the world shut down. Yeah. And like a lot of you who were in operation then, I had to pivot. And so I got scrappy, and I figured it out, and we pivoted, and I found some long-term guests. I had actually had a friend come over from Alaska who wasn't a friend at the time, but we became friends after, and she stayed with me for 6 months. And it taught me a lot of grit. And in the meantime, of course, I'm going through the academy and spending some time doing who knows what, because I was still working on my mainland job, but I was just like, okay, let's sit around and talk to these powerful women, and obviously I'm going to figure something out. And I think what I learned more than anything, and even though I love being in a room, even being on a computer screen with these women, because I love how much they share and how much passion they bring, but what I really learned more than anything is that I am powerful, and that I matter, and that I have great ideas, and that I can be successful. And because I stopped doubting myself, and because I stopped wondering if my ideas were good, or wondering if what I was building was going to be successful, we actually started making money at it. We quit our mainland jobs, turned our business over to a new CEO and let him run it. And now this is what we do. We grow coffee, and I'm getting ready to release into the world the first crop from my new trees. We planted a whole bunch of new trees 3 years ago. And that is more exciting than I ever thought it would be. And more than that, I get to meet some of the most amazing people. My dryers are talking to me. Some of the most amazing people in the world, because they travel and they come to Hawaii and they want, the beautiful Hawaiian experience. And so I don't think I would be here. I know I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of these women. I cannot tell you how much just even taking a walk with Alana helps me clear my head. Anytime you are even on a screen with Tony or in a coffee date with Tony, you know that she's going to give you love and energy and support. And I'm missing half of the ladies, but you might hear about all of the things that you'll learn, and you will absolutely learn some amazing stuff. But I'm here to tell you that a 20-year entrepreneur veteran learned my strength. That was what I needed. I needed to learn that I was powerful, and I didn't have it. I don't know where it was missing, but I found it. Actually, here, this is where it was missing from. And I've lived in a lot of communities. I've lived in some amazing spaces. I've gone through, if anybody here is familiar with a startup community, I've gone through Techstars and 500 startups, and they don't support women. They just don't. They try, and they like to pretend, but being in a room of powerful women, you are who you surround yourself with. And so if I spend even a little bit of time surrounding myself with these amazing women, it does rub off. It absolutely has given me confidence that I didn't even know was missing. I knew I was smart, I knew I was capable, but I didn't realize the confidence that I was missing.
Oh, woo! Give this
There
woman
goes
some.
Aisha crying. I can see
I know.
those tears from here. Oh, Alana's crying.
Oh yeah.
That's easy.
Chris, thank you so
Chris,
much.
you're just the best. You know how much I love even being in a room with you. Just sitting next to Sarah, it rubs off. It really does. It's just like powerful.
Oh, we love you,
It's
Chris.
just a love fest.
Love you.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I can just say, like, it is a night and day transformation from the first time I met you to these days. I'm just like, damn, there she is. Like, okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Thank
you
you
so
for
much,
sharing.
Chris.
Yeah. Rachie, you want to go next? Rachel has been a coach. She's been a coach and a presenter in our program. The branding module that we are gifting you is taught by her, so you're in for a huge treat. This woman is so talented. We would love to hear your story, babe.
Hi ladies. Okay, I do 2 screens, so I'm gonna look at you right now and say hi. No, I'm gonna look back at my girls. Hi, I'm Rachel Frederick. I am gonna proudly say I'm a designer. I'm a fashion designer and owner of 2 businesses.
Woo!
Yes, officially 2024 is the year I launched my official 2nd business. And these women, as you can tell, there's a really deep amount of love and respect that is shared in this very knit, tight, close group of women. And when I met these incredible women, we all kind of walk into the room and we think we know what we know about ourselves. And being a wife and a mother and, dabbling in a lot of different skill sets and areas of expertise, I was good at a lot of things and I loved sharing what I know. And what I really got to discover in the academy is my true passion and the thing that I believe I'm here to do in this next chapter of my life. And so my daughters are a little older, 21, 13. It was really coming into that owning that this is my chance. This is who I want to be in the world now. And not that I'm done with that job, because please dear God, I'm getting FaceTimes and texts all the time saying, Mom, how do I cook this and how do you do laundry? But it's time I can really take that back. And so I own a custom bikini business, and then I also do custom special occasion evening wear, fabulous pieces, things that make you feel confident and beautiful and that you can step into the world. And what I discovered through the academy was that I could be seen, that I could experiment, that I could lean into a group of women who would say, yeah, that sounds like a really good idea, or ooh, go this way a little bit more, or ooh, challenging this, and asking, like, is that really aligning with what you're meaning, right? Because they truly wanted me to keep moving forward, right? They saw that this passion and purpose was bubbling up inside of me. I just didn't know how to do it all by myself. And I knew that having my sisters kind of like linking arms side and side, I didn't feel so alone in this lonely entrepreneur world of what even is business. I don't know. I have a dance degree, not anywhere close to the same. And it was really refreshing to have a group of women that were ultimately not just like bus stop buddies or like classroom mom friends, because that really wasn't the same. They had focus, and these women know what they want to do. And I, like Chris, I needed to surround myself with women who were all also questioning what success meant to them. What does it mean to want something more than just folding laundry all day? Even though, Chris, I love your reels, but like they wanted more. And to ask those questions and be like, can I be more than just a wife? Like, is it okay for me to be? And that was really the dialogue that I needed, just to be amongst women that were asking themselves the same questions. Yeah.
So amazing. Why don't you tell them about what you're up to this week and all of your success?
Yeah. So this week is a really busy week for myself. I am working very closely with Allie Brown. She is the director of Miss Kona Coffee. I met Allie through another like island woman, just like meeting, and the meeting, it's the connection of the islands, right? And My daughter was Miss Aloha Hawaii in COVID years, so 20 and 21, and she got me into the pageant world again, and I started making all of her gowns and all of her event dresses and things that she would need to wear. At that time, I was also working in my custom swimwear, so she was a model for me. Like, it was just all the things, right? COVID gave me the space to like be at home and just kind of make and do and be creative without the pressure. And so, yeah, this week we are doing the crowning. So the girls are going to be on stage this weekend on Saturday. So I have a couple dresses. I'm actually doing all the opening number gowns. It's just really huge to see my work. I think I have 17 pieces being showcased, and it's not a fashion show for me. It's just because the girls are amazing. So I'm going to be head to toe. And then going into next year, I have a fashion show over in Oahu that I'm going to be featuring both of my collections in. So you can bet that all my girls are going to get their invites, VIP. Yeah, I know, I'm looking at you. Like, just all the really big, amazing things that I was really scared to do. And I remember sitting in one of our coffee dates at the very beginning of this year, and I introduced myself. I'm Rachel Frederick. I'm a fashion designer. Like, it just kind of makes me want to cry because when I was 7, I was asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said a fashion designer and have my own apartment. Well, that was because I was the oldest of 4, and we shared a room, and it was like, I needed my own space. So, like, I wanted an apartment, and I wanted to be a fashion designer, and along the way, life kind of got in the way. I had my beautiful daughters, obviously, we would never wish of any part of our life to change, and I just knew that part of me was hidden for a really, really long time. I also struggle with a lot of body dysmorphia, like many women here. It's hard to find beauty in your own body that is kind of rejects you. I did have an infant loss when I was 20 years old, 36 weeks. So for a long time, I felt my body had betrayed me. And so I struggled with that a lot, and gaining confidence, and fashion didn't seem like relatable to me. I'm 5'1". I don't look like the models. I was a 90s babies, right? Like Victoria's Secret who, like not me. So being able to like really step into that and like give women like Chris and like Sarah and like Isha and Alana and all these women who wear my clothes and wear my things and feel beautiful, and it just means the world to me that they see that in me too. And it was really exciting to say that in front of my sisters, and here I am, a year later, fully embracing and owning that and like shouting it, and like I have really pretty business cards that I love. Right? It's like official. I love it. So yeah.
I need one of these.
We're so proud of you. So
This
amazing.
woman got me to model for her in a bathing suit. These pictures are like on the
She's
internet.
on the World Wide Web, y'all.
They're in reels and stuff, and I'm at the heaviest I've ever been in my life. It's not easy, but I hope each one of you gives yourself the gift of being seen through Rachel's eyes, because it's really special.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's able to share her gifts with giving women the confidence to wear a bathing suit and play with their kids on the beach, because she said yes. She's now, again, having a ripple effect on other women's confidence, and women aren't hiding when they're in her bathing suit. They're fully out with their kids playing, like, feeling good about themselves. Like, what a gift, I know I feel like a queen right now.
And I just want to add that, being a teacher in the academy the last 2 years has been an incredible honor to share what I do know, to teach in a way that's tangible and relatable, and I hope that you guys really love the branding module that you guys have. I think it was one of my favorites. I know the girls just really love getting creative, like anything I can do to help you become creative and really feel into your business. It was just an honor, so I'm really excited that you guys get to experience that, and I love teaching, and thank you for allowing me to guide the women in your academy and trusting me with their hearts and their businesses and helping them find their voice and who they want to be in this world. So thank you very much. It's an honor.
Thank you, Rachel.
I love you.
Love you. Dr. Sarah, my birthday twin.
What up, friends? Okay, so before we get started, can we just really shake it out? Because I feel like there's a lot of energy and crying happening, and I freaking love it, but I need this. Can we also just like get really big? Like spread your arms out, you're welcome to stand up, just get really, really big, just stretch it, take up space. Woo! All right.
Thank you.
I'm ready.
Thanks.
All
Thank
ready?
you.
Okay. I wanted you to do that because my business is all about taking up space. It's about supporting mental health. It's about owning your true power. And sometimes like a power pose is just the best thing to do when you're feeling really scared. And I think for me, my journey with business, God, now I'm gonna start crying immediately, was after having a baby. Like I have a 4-year-old who's the most brilliant, smart, beautiful little child in the whole world. But my whole life had been on a trajectory of like achievement, and you get your value and worth through achievement, and you're an academic and you're someone who's gonna make a huge difference in this world. And when I had a baby, everything felt like it was crumbling down. Like the whole life that I had built was just gone. And I really feel like I lost myself. I did lose myself, and what life really gave me was the ability to tap back into the things that really, really lit me up. The things that when I was in the hardest part of postpartum depression and really just searching and just grasping for who I wanted to be in this world, outside of a wife, outside of a mother, outside of an employee of a business, who did I want to be? What impact did I want to make in the world? After hearing about Bronnie Ware's The 5 Regrets of the Dying, and realizing that the number one regret of people when they're on their deathbed is, I wish I had lived a life that was true to myself. I wish I had had the courage to be true to me. Because at the end of the day, yes, we're surrounded, if we're lucky, we're surrounded by family, or even just a small hui of people that love us deeply, that will really miss us when we're gone. But when you're on your deathbed, taking your last breaths, for me, which I hope is a very long time from now, I wanted to know that my life mattered, that the work I did mattered. And how that translates for me is the lowest points that I've ever felt as a woman have been connected to my lady bits. As a young child, I grew up near the Mormon church on Oahu. So there was lots of messages of like, be ashamed of your body. Like Rachel grew up in the 90s. It was like, if you could not rock low-rise jeans or even fit into them, like I could not even fit into it. They didn't make size 18 back then. It was like, go to men's clothes, you man, you know, like couldn't even be a woman. That was my initial kind of socialization around my body. Then as I got older and started to develop into a woman, my first kiss that I ever experienced was sexual assault. It was a man forcing himself upon me, an adult man onto a child. When I went to college, feeling a lot of sexual pressure, at one point experiencing sexual violence by a friend of mine when I was too intoxicated to consent. I've had, as a woman who has had an abortion and speaks openly about it, I not only was under-medicated during my abortion, but having to live with the stigma of being a woman who has an abortion. Everything that swirled around my sexuality, my body, my essence, my femininity, as I expressed my power and authority, as I said no to men that I wasn't interested in who were interested in me, and I was called a slut or a whore, grabbed and groped on the streets, in subways. Everything about walking through this world as a woman told me this world was not meant for me. This world was a dangerous world. I was too big. I was not the right size. I was not the right color. I was not anything that I did, I couldn't be right as a woman. And so when I really thought about the impact that I wanted to make for women, or for myself, was to speak to women, specifically about their power and about their bodies and sexuality. I've worked for the last 15 years in higher education. The last 7 years I've been working specifically with survivors of sexual violence, and know that in this room, oh, sorry friend, can we mute? Thanks. Knowing that in this room we have plenty of survivors of sexual violence and relationship violence. It is an epidemic. I mean, we talk about a pandemic. The pandemic that's been around since the beginning of the patriarchy and the beginning of time is that so many people in this room have been personally affected by gender-based violence, or know someone who has. And yet, what are we doing to stop it? And so my voice, my work, what I wanted to do to reclaim who I was after being so lost in early motherhood was to start something. At first it was a podcast. I love the name Lady Bits and Leadership, came to me. I don't know, maybe a vision from my future self, kind of told my, like my past self, like, hey girl, this is the way. I just started talking. It wasn't even really a business. I just knew that I wanted to do research. I wanted to continue my doctorate research on women in power and leadership. But I didn't want to write. I didn't want to spend any more time writing. I just wanted to speak to the masses. And so I started this podcast with just like my phone and Zoom during the pandemic, and just reached out to women that I thought were fascinating, who were doing work that helped elevate other women. And through seeking out podcast interviewees, someone was like, oh, you should connect with Ladies Artisan Market. They're doing something really cool. And so just by fate, and by being open to the opportunity, right, and getting to a place where I was ready to start something new, that I was already kind of dipping my toe in it. When I came to this retreat 3 years ago, I was like, this is it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't come from a family of entrepreneurs. In fact, I was so scared to tell them that I was trying to be an entrepreneur. I didn't even Rachel tears up when she's like, I was finally able to call myself a fashion designer. It takes a lot of thought work to change your mind to believe that you're an entrepreneur. It wasn't until a year into actually being an entrepreneur that I could say that out loud. Because what you do in this academy, what all of you are here for, is to want something bigger for yourselves and for your family and for your lineage, right? Yeah. Something got you in this door. And it's probably because you followed Aisha, you followed the people and the women specifically that she's helped guide. And you've seen our accomplishments, and you've seen us do big shit in this world, and you're like, damn, I wish I could have Sarah's confidence. I wish I could have Rachel's confidence. I wish I could speak like Chris. I wish I could do this. Well, the cool thing is, you freaking can do it. There's no more wishing. There's no more wishing because you're already here. Your foot is in the water. We're telling you, and you've just spent 3 days of experiencing the true transformation of self that happens. This is gonna be, if you're coming on board, which I encourage everyone to come on board, if you are coming into our academy, these are gonna be some of the hardest moments of your life. I am not gonna sugarcoat that shit. Being an entrepreneur is not for the faint of heart. You're looking deep into yourself, and you're asking the big questions of life. Who am I? What do I want to do with my life? How do I negotiate my relationships as I'm literally changing into a more evolved, more beautiful, more confident human being? What is my relationship with grit and tenacity? Do I have what it takes? And the great thing is, although it is the hardest to become an entrepreneur or to grow as an entrepreneur, you're surrounded by a group of women who the entire purpose of this is to love on you and support you, is to push you when you don't think you can do it. It is to get you on camera, Catherine, I'm talking to you, get you on camera when you get nervous and you're like, Sarah, this is the 5th time I've recorded this reel. I just need you to tell me that I'm beautiful. Okay, 10th time. And I'm like, bitch, you are the shit. I fucking love you. Because sometimes that's what you need to take one brave step. And every time you take just a little bit more brave step, you begin to evolve into a more confident, assured human being, and you literally carry yourself in the world differently. And I'm not just talking about economics, I'm talking your relationships, your friendships, how you interact with your children, the way that you decide to reclaim time for yourself because you're an individual who needs to honor herself. That shit is, I mean, this is only a year academy. We're all in our second year, maybe third for you, Chris, I don't know, but that will stay with you forever. When we talk about investments into ourselves, this is an investment in not just your business, but who you are. And that's what's super cool about this experience. I will be friends with the women that I went through the academy with forever. And I've worn Rachel's bathing suits, I've worked with Chris to do a photo shoot in her house, we've stayed over and have slumber parties. I've called on Alana for copywriting, I've called on Aisha as my business coach with so many questions. And now what I can proudly say when I look back is I'm not just a podcaster. I'm now a sex educator who's soon to be certified in December. I am a Fulbright research chair going to Canada next year to research.
First woman.
One of two that I know of Hawaiian women who have ever gotten the Fulbright in the 60-something years that it's been around. I'm going to study indigenizing sexual education so that we can get away from the white patriarchal norms that hate sex, and we can go back to some native ways of loving on our bodies.
Yes.
And now I'm in the midst of applying